Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We know you missed us. It is time
funny.
for
That's
another episode of Embrace the Motherfucking Turn Up. John's in the building with a new alias, I guess, Mr. Hospital Food.
Hospital food in the building,
weird.
man. Would you rather me go with what Bucket Hat Baller?
You were the Bucket Hat Baller. I saw you in PIB. I saw you out there. Shout out to Dan the Man.
Or should I come out with the Hoochie Short Killer?
Hoochie Short Killer. That's a good one. That's a good one. Not mad at that.
Or should I stick with hospital food? I don't know, man. Hospital food, you know.
You've been in the hospital? You all right?
No, I'm good. But I see you have an attachment to it, so maybe that's something you should use.
Nah, I mean, I ate a lot of hospital food working in the hospital. If y'all know who I am by now, it's your boy Ye Dub, the tribal pod chief himself, the pod god, if you will. Got a quick episode for y'all today. At the end of the episode, we're going to flip it over to an interview I did with Ace Da Prez with his new project, the Lazarus Project. Yeah, man, we all over the place this summer. Yeah, it's a good summer. It's a good summer.
Definitely.
Coming to you digitally once again.
Definitely a long summer.
Yep. Don't worry, guys. I promise I'm going to get John in person. We're going to start podding in person again. I promise. I know he doesn't want to make that 15-minute drive to my place.
That nigga didn't move 30 minutes, an hour away.
Shit, nigga's 15 minutes.
Okay.
15 minutes.
I'm a nigga.
You live right next to the freeway.
That 15-minute drive is an hour. Now, if I was, of a different culture, yeah, 15 minutes would be nothing. 15 minutes? Oh, I'll be there in 10.
15 minutes.
To a nigga, that sounds like an hour to me. Just saying.
I mean, it did take you like 30 minutes to make a 2-second walk when I used to live right next door to you, so that makes sense. That does all check out. That does
exactly
all check out. How you feeling, brothers? It's been a minute.
It's been a long 2 weeks.
Still a little hungover?
I'm doing better today. I actually worked out today. So
proud of you. Looking good.
My body needed it, but my body didn't want to do it. You know how that is. Body didn't want to do it.
Mind over matter, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Mind over rep matter.
Yeah, mind over matter.
What wrestling person did you get that from?
You never heard mind over matter?
No, I thought you said mind over rep matter.
Oh,
like
no.
Repetitions. Oh, okay, you didn't say that.
That's a good one, though. It's a good one, though. I like that.
Mind over rep matter? That's what I thought you said.
I like that.
Right.
I like that.
No, I've heard rep over. I've heard.
So tell me about the PIB trips. How many married women tried to get with you this weekend? No,
man, come on, dude. I hear you throwing this narrative out there. Throwing that narrative.
Over under 3.
None. 0.
Oh man, you was off your game then.
You be throwing these narratives out there. So man, these back-to-back Pudding Bay trips, man, are not for the faint heart, whatever they call that.
Heart,
right?
yeah.
Faint heart is not. It's you definitely gotta come prepared. Pause. So like you gotta get your workouts in. You gotta get your vitamins. You gotta eat healthy. You know what I mean? You gotta stay on top of it because if you don't, the trips will kick your ass for real.
I see that. Ain't hit me up now once. I want to go back to the Bay. Ain't hit my line. I see how it is.
Oh man,
yeah,
weren't you in the D anyway?
I was.
Exactly.
I was.
Exactly. Yeah, you had nice family time.
I was working.
Oh, okay.
Did Camera work at another wrestling event? Hashtag everything is wrestling. Hashtag everywhere is wrestling. Yeah, I was putting in work. Everywhere, everything. It's all wrestling.
I don't know. I didn't see anybody with a wrestling tank this weekend, so it must not be. Thank God. This is the first time I didn't see nobody with a wrestling tank.
That's upsetting. That is upsetting. I clearly got to go back there and I got to restore the feeling. That's upsetting.
I mean, my weekends are coming together, but no, it was a smooth weekend. It was not chill as it was supposed to be. But I don't even know what a chill weekend at Pudding Bay even means. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
I always go in with the mindset of I'm not going to drink that much. I'm going to chill. And then,
you just lie to yourself.
here's the thing: it's a gift and a curse, right? Because you obviously know that we know people on the island.
Yes.
So the gift of knowing people on the island is, you get to hang out with them. They'll, you do shots with them. They hook you up on your tabs and stuff like that, right? The flip side, the curse of it is they buy you drinks. Mm-hmm. So like, it's just like in my mind, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have a chill weekend. I'm not gonna do too much. As soon as I get there, like, and Danny brought this up while I was there. He's like, I don't know why people do warm shots. Like, we were doing warm shots of tequila. Danny bought.
Sounds awful.
Danny bought us a warm shot of no, Bird. What's it called? Dirty Bird?
Bird Dog?
Oh, Bird Dog. Yeah. He bought us a shot of Bird Dog. They brought it warm. That was the end of my night. I was singing that was the end of my night once he did that. And then we did that. And then we did a warm shot of Jameson. So it's just like I said, when you know people is cool. That's the gift part, knowing people. The curse of it is knowing people, nigga. The curse is they're gonna be buying you stuff. So they
clearly don't know you well enough to not hand you warm shots. That's the messed up part, though.
That's the part. And then with Mike Tyson that said everybody got a plan to get punched in the mouth or something like that. Yeah. Like, I have a game plan every time I go on the island, and
you get punched in the mouth. I feel it. Nah.
Yeah.
But
so
Dan is bad at you though.
Why?
Because you don't wake up early enough to go get breakfast.
Okay.
Get your ass up. What are you doing?
Right, so time out. Did we get breakfast? Oh, no, we got breakfast. Wait a minute.
It would have been brunch hours by the time your ass got up.
I'm trying to think. We got breakfast on Friday. And then Saturday. Wait a minute.
Every day, John. Every day. Breakfast every day. Look at you.
Okay, I don't remember. I did get breakfast with him once. I don't remember what
every day, John. Every day.
Here's the thing. I would be up. I just wasn't ready, man. But, hey. I don't know what to say. Because,
I know you don't.
Once again, I can tell I'm getting old, too, because I only made it out one night. I made it out on Friday night. That was the first night. I didn't make it out Saturday night because Hess bought the Dirty Bird shot. Bird Dog. He bought the Bird Dog shot. That did it for me. And then, so that's Hess's fault. And then on Sunday, and look, Danny just texted me. It's like he can hear me.
It's like he knew. His ears was ringing.
He's hungover right now, so he's trying to he's making some food, trying to find a life. That's what he just said. Shout out to Danny.
He was just back at the bar yesterday.
He was. So yeah, he's struggling right now.
Dan the man's a trooper.
Yeah, no, he is. Where was I at? Oh, so I didn't make it out. I didn't make it out. Okay, so Friday night I made it out. Saturday night, the bird dog. Get your man's in. Yeah. And then Sunday night, I didn't make it out. I had a headache. So what I did was I made a big mistake. I went back. Was I fucked up Sunday? I don't remember. I had a headache. I got back to the room. I popped some Excedrin. I was like, I'm going to lay down for a second. It was still early. It was like 8 o'clock or something like that. Nigga, when I woke up, it was, and I set an alarm too. It was like midnight. My alarm was set for me to nap for an hour and a half. And if you can do time, that's supposed to be 9:30.
Yep.
So I didn't make it out Sunday night either. But
how do you nap on Excedrin? Like, doesn't that have caffeine in it?
It has caffeine in it, yeah. But here's the thing: I took the Excedrin and I just laid down. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm gonna lay here for a second, and I was laying there. You know, my eyes were open, and then at some point, the old age took over. It said, "No, you're gonna take this quick. You gonna take this long nap, nigga. And here, take this long nap. Pause. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Damn.
Oh.
So yeah, nah, man, it was a good time. And then go ahead.
No, so I love it. I love it. We gotta get back to these streets more often. We're gonna get in these streets this weekend too.
We gotta get you up for a day trip.
Just let me know. You let me know when.
But I know you had to do it on a Saturday, right?
Yeah, because Because I work.
I want you. I want you. I want you to make it to work.
Niggas.
I want you to make it to work on my day.
Yeah.
Shit.
So let's get into what we're getting into this week. John, have you seen any movies? Have you seen any
Hold on a
movies?
second.
Wait.
Hold on
Okay.
a second, bro.
Okay.
Next time you go to Put in Bay, man, me and Danny got this 2 days in a row. There's a place there that got these garlic parm wings that come with ranch. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, so what you want to talk about? You want to talk about movies? I can't not talk about chicken. Nigga,
I know.
Every
I saw y'all went to the Chicken Shack at least twice.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I didn't. Danny did.
Of course, Dan did. Dan does Put in Bay right. You get headaches and then get hit on by married women.
All right, man. Here we go. What you want to talk about? Movies?
Have you seen any movies that come out this summer yet?
No.
Any of them? None?
I probably won't make it to the movies this summer, to be honest with you.
What are you doing?
But I did see the first episode of Secret Invasion. I did see
Guys, for y'all who don't know, John can walk to a movie theater and be there in 4 minutes.
Oh, that's a lie. Okay, so you know what? I lied. Remember I told you about my parents, right? My dad loves going to the movies.
Yes.
So I've been to movies twice this year, and both with my dad. The first time was to go see that movie called Air, about Michael Jordan, which was great.
Yep.
And then I went to go see
Across the Spider-Verse?
No. It came out that Father's Day weekend.
Rise of the Beast?
Flash.
Flash?
I saw Flash with my dad.
Glad you brought that up. Warner Brothers is pulling Flash out of like a couple thousand movie theaters this week because they're losing money badly.
They're bleeding. They're bleeding money. So
they're bleeding money. Yes.
So you know what? As much as
John, you saw it. What do you think? Was it good?
Right, so,
can you see why they're pulling it out of theaters? Let me know.
So the movie had a lot of action.
Okay.
That's the review. That's it. That's it.
Story has some holes. I mean, time travel story is difficult to tell.
So I was excited to see Michael Keaton come back to play Batman, just see him do it. Mm-hmm. But kind of have him in the movie was kind of corny to me. Like he just seemed corny to me in the movie.
Okay.
I don't remember Michael Keaton because of course we've seen the older Batmans, right?
Hundreds of times.
Yeah. So like he was more of a serious Batman in those movies. In this movie, he was kind of corny.
That's upsetting.
Ben Affleck was great.
Yeah.
I don't even know why. Batman. Yeah, I don't even know why they're replacing him. And I think Henry's the best Superman, but it is what it is. The movie when it came to the plot. Okay, I'll say this real quick. Ezra Miller, the guy who's playing the Flash, that's a real life Joker. Mm-hmm. He killed it.
Okay, I've heard that.
I can see why they would bring him back to play Flash because he absolutely killed it. If
he stops being a domestic terrorist.
A domestic terrorist, correct?
Yeah.
Like a real life actual Joker.
Yeah.
He absolutely killed it. Ben Affleck absolutely killed it. The chick playing Supergirl was cool. She was like an emo Supergirl. It was different. She was cool. Michael Keaton, corny. And then of course the guy playing Jerome Zod was great, which I expected that. His name's Michael Cole, right? Is that his name?
Michael Shannon.
Michael Shannon.
Michael Cole is an announcer for WWE. Even in John's head, everything is wrestling. Thank you, John.
How you hang up this call, man? Where's the button? Where's the red button at? Not Michael Cole. Yes. So Michael Shannon did great playing Jerome Zod, which I knew he would. Now when it came to the storyline, I don't know if the storyline was great or just Ezra Miller played the part really, really well. Like he played the part of, the grief of losing both his parents, the grief of his, his dad being accused of killing his mom, being able to go back in time, look for his mom. Like he played the emotional role perfect. Now, when it comes to like the plot was eh. But I will say this: as much shit as I talk about The Rock being a trash actor, Black Adam never got pulled early. I can at least say that. Black Adam never got pulled.
It did not. I just saw Shazam: Fury of the Gods too. Yeah, that's a great TNT afternoon movie. Like, here's the thing about that movie. Like, it's not bad, but it's also like not good either.
Yeah.
You're just like, it exists. Like, if it's on like TNT on like a Sunday where there isn't football or basketball to watch, and you just need something on in the background, great movie to have on in the background. And then you look up some points like, like, oh, cool sequence. But yeah, if that's where they're going with this, it was the right time for them to just restart this whole universe.
So Ezra Miller is supposedly coming back, right? That's what I've heard. The only one that's coming. Okay.
I think he's the only one coming back.
Oh fuck! Wonder Woman was in the movie too. I totally forgot about that.
She was in Shazam: Fury of the Gods too.
I wonder if they're bringing her back.
I don't know. I mean, the first movie in this new DC thing is Blue Beetle, which comes out later this year.
Blue Beetle is gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting. I mean, the trailer is good, but
the trailer is great.
It does. That's gonna be an interesting movie.
Yeah, and that's a character who, let's be real, we only know because of that Young Justice cartoon. Like,
correct.
They gave him a full blown arc in that Young Justice cartoon. We were like, oh, this is actually kind of cool. So, I mean, so they can take like some liberties with that story that you couldn't do with like a traditional superhero that we all know, because A, Blue Beetle's so new, and B, be real, he's like a C-tier character, so people don't really know that story and they're not that ingrained in it. That being said, that movie does look good from the trailer. So even if that trailer is bad, they need to like just hire the guy who made. I mean, if that movie's bad, they need to hire the guy that made the trailer just to do all the trailers, just to build the hype. But John, I will tell you this.
Okay.
Superhero movies they're not dead, because Across the Spider-Verse, hear me out, is the best Spider-Man movie.
That's a cartoon, bro.
Bar none.
That's a cartoon.
Bar none. I'm telling you.
How is it? Is that even a superhero movie? Like,
yeah,
it's a cartoon, man.
But it's canon.
All right.
But it was canon because
canon.
They mentioned what happened in No Way Home, like in the Spider-Verse. So like,
is
essentially,
Tom Holland Spider-Man the movie?
No, but they allude to it. So saying that, oh, this happened. Okay, so that means that, Across the Spider-Verse is just part of the multiverse. Anyways, this is the best Spider-Man movie bar none.
All right.
The best storyline, and the characters that really pull you in. Not only do you get like, you really care about what's going on with Miles Morales, you end up caring about what's going on with Gwen Stacy. You want to know more about like the villain of the movie, which ends up being Spider-Man 2099, Miguel, I forget his last name, played by Oscar Isaac, who's getting checks from every single franchise.
Great actor.
Kudos to him. But no, I would say there's 3 to 4 moments that almost brought me to tears in the theater.
Bro, it's a cartoon.
It's
what
beautiful.
the fuck is wrong with you, man?
It's a beautiful movie.
It's a
cartoon. The score is phenomenal. Like they didn't put a lot of the soundtrack in this one like they did in the last one, but the score to this movie is phenomenal. It's just a beautiful movie, John. You gotta see it.
So you're not the only one that's told me. You're not the only one that's told me it's the best superhero movie.
The Spider-Man movie. The Spider-Man movie.
Oh, Spider-Man. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Oh, Endgame.
By far. Well, no.
Well, they both made you cry.
The best superhero movie of this current crop is still Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier. You think is the best one?
Yeah. My favorites are Endgame and Civil War, but I will say the best one is Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier is great.
Yeah.
Actually, there could be an argument. I think we've already talked about this. That all 3 Captain American movies are top 3 out of the MCU.
Oh yeah, I would make that argument 100%.
But okay, so no, I gotta see it. I'm sure it'll be on Disney Plus too. Gotta be right?
Probably, yeah. And on top of all that, it's a beautiful movie. Like, they took what they were doing, like art style wise, and like deciding like every universe is gonna look different, and they really leaned into it, and they got you get some really beautiful looking moments in this movie. You gotta watch it, John.
You think we'll get a live action Miles Morales?
Nah, not for a while.
Think Tom Holland's gonna be Spider-Man for a while?
Checks keep clearing, right?
Well, he's a good actor, so I mean, he's not like a bad. I did see they're bringing Andrew Garfield into Venom 3. Did you see that?
I heard about that, yeah.
To play Spider-Man?
I mean, I haven't seen Venom 2. I don't know if I ever will.
Venom 1 was actually not bad.
Yes, it was.
Not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
So it was still bad.
Have you seen The Joker yet?
No. It's on my list. I will see Joker before Joker 2 comes out.
Joker is probably the best in my category. Probably the best superhero movie. Or just, not superhero, but best, I would say comic book movie. Probably best comic book movie I've seen. Joker was great.
I will see Joker before Joker 2 comes out.
Okay.
And I might have some more time since it sounds like there might be an actor strike pretty soon. If they're not jumping and shooting that, they might want to hurry the fuck up.
Hey, they need more writers, mate. Why don't you go ahead and jump in there and be like, I'll write some shit on the side.
I will not cross the picket line. I support my writers. Fight the power. But speaking of Jokers, while we were gone, John, a lot of shit happened.
Lakers and
your man's Jim Jones.
Oh, you want that? Okay.
Yeah, he kept poking the bear, and then Pusha T, dropped them subliminals on that Clips track, and then Jimmy came back with a whole diss. So how you feeling? Did you listen to Jim Jones' diss?
I did. Of course I did. Jim actually did better than I thought he was gonna do.
Fact.
I was Jim. See, okay. So you know how niggas like when they're rapping, it seems like as time goes on, like as older as they get, they're not as good as they used to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jim is like the Benjamin Button of rap. Like Jim wasn't that great starting out, and now he's just phenomenal.
I agree.
That's the first part. Second part. This is where I'm a little worried.
Because push is push?
No. Jim is Jim, and Harlem niggas is petty. So, you know what? And Jim Jones is actually a funny dude. So just think about like how if this goes on, think about how this may go. You know what I mean? Like Jim is, I feel like Push is more tactical. Jim is more like in the moment almost. So like Jim will just go on the radio right now and just say some shit crazy, funny as fuck. You know what I mean? Because he's from Harlem. He's a Harlem nigga. So I don't know. I think it's gonna be interesting though. It's gonna be interesting. Jim ain't no pushover though. Jim ain't no pushover. Push. So here's the thing too. A lot of people, like Dubs, says that Push won the Drake beef.
Easily.
Okay, so, and then what does Drake do? You ever heard, Drake may drop an indirect, something here and there, but Drake don't want that smoke no more. Jim is going to keep this going.
You don't think Push will?
No, I think Push will too.
Push was dissing Drake for a decade before Drake responded.
Correct.
Correct. Jim, I think you're forgetting that Push is petty too.
I'll give you that.
Like, because Push started his whole beef with Drake over Wayne. Like, he was dissing Wayne, and then Drake said something where he like, I don't even think what Drake initially said was really about Push. And Push was like, oh, you want in on this too? Fuck it, I got bars for you for a decade. Like, and he just keep poking and prodding at that man. And Jim is not the caliber of artist that Drake is all over the charts and everything. And he's not the lyricist that Drake is. Like, so like he can't come back with the bars. Because remember when Drake dropped that Duppy freestyle, we was like, yo, that's fire. And then Push put out Song of Addy on, you're like, oh yeah, this is over. This is over.
Oh yeah, this is over.
I don't know if Jim has a duppy freestyle in him.
I don't know if Jim needs that. See, here's the thing. I like Jim's response. What did Jim do? You know, Push's song was played at the Louis Vuitton runway show. Jim took that shit back to the streets. Just had a microphone. See, it's the whole piece, the whole picture, right? You know, beef back when me and you were younger was, oh, we about to get on this mic and do it. Beef now is like the whole picture. The aesthetics, where you recording this video, where was the song first played at, how does it sound? Of course, we're going to talk about lyrics too. Jim has some punchlines in there. Asking him what happened to that boy? Like, come on now. And Jim even shot at Malice too.
I'm telling you. Jim,
it's going to be interesting.
Jim should have sat back and just kept cashing his VH1 checks. and left that man alone.
Here's the thing, Jim is not like that though. He's from Harlem. So if you say something to him and he catches wind of it, if you're big enough, he's gonna respond.
He should have called J.R. Ryder and Hell Rail to write him some lyrics, because
oh my God, bro.
Push ain't the one. That's the boogeyman.
Now I know that Cameron said he wasn't gonna get involved. What if Push say something about Cam? And then Cam jump in.
I don't think Cam want them problems either, but that'll make it more interesting. That'll make it way more interesting.
And Cam a funny nigga too.
I was gonna say Cam a funny nigga, man. That'll make it real interesting. I love beef.
I love beef. Pause.
I love rap beef. There you go.
That's rap crazy.
Hip hop
beef.
Thank you
for clearing that up, man. Yeah. Oh my God. That's twice already by you.
No, that's 4 times by you. What are you talking about? I didn't say anything.
Bro, next time you talk to Danny, ask about what he was saying on Sunday. if you do talk to him, man, I almost had to go get a gavel as much as many plausible statements as he said. I still may get a gavel. He was not only saying plausible shit, but he was also saying out of pocket shit.
So John, this is why you need a flag. You know how I got the flag? I just throw flag on the flag. You need one of those.
I might need one of those. I'm gonna give me something for when somebody sees something out of pocket, or something needs to be paused.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Speaking of pausable things, let's get to a guy who once wore a purse and had a infinity stone in the middle of his head. John, have you listened to the Uzi album yet?
I have. Listened to it while I was working out today.
All right, give me your buff.
Okay.
Give me how many buffs out of 5?
2.5.
Wow. We're not a fan.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. You can listen to the album and tell he made it for festivals. It's a festival album.
Yeah, I don't think Uzi's ever going to do like actual music ever again. I think he's just going to do festivals because festivals pay you 6 figures to just show up.
Now, I guarantee you, if me and you were at a festival, hide in a fucking kite, and Uzi came out to one of those songs, we would be fucking getting it. It's a different feel. So the first time I heard the song was not the song, the album. I listened to it on Friday when I was driving to Putin Bay. That nigga screaming and shit, I turned that shit completely off and turned on Sirius XM and started listening to First Take. I couldn't do it. Today I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it another shot since I'm working out today. So I put it back on and I got through 6 tracks.
Okay.
I can take all that screaming and whoa, and all that. Just like, I feel like I need some strong ass LSD, strobe lights.
So I'm gonna keep real with you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I only listened to one song on the album. Can you guess what song I listened to?
The one with Travis Scott?
Nope.
I don't know. I can't pull up in front of me. Which one did you listen to?
Nakamura, the one where he just took Shinsuke Nakamura's theme song.
Oh, okay.
And then just added a drum loop over it. I ain't gonna lie to you, that shit's fire.
So who's that you're talking about? Who's that person?
Shinsuke Nakamura won the Royal Rumble in 2016. Japanese superstar.
Wrestling. I should have fucking known.
former Intercontinental Champion, former United States Champion,
All right, man. You ain't got to go so resume. You could just say he's a wrestler. You could just
New
say
Japan,
he
IWGP World Championship. I can keep going. Two-time NXT champion. No, okay, I'll stop. No, so like the song, like I saw on the internet, like yeah, he sampled like Shinsuke Nakamura's theme song. And when we get off, I want you to go listen to that song in particular. It's right before I Just Want to Rock, so that'll help you out too.
It's right before it.
Yeah, and like I was like, oh, he sampled it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I turned it on. I was like, oh no, nigga, this ain't a sample. They just took the entire theme song and then put a drum loop over it. And I was like, but I kind of sort of love this. It's great.
Because everything everywhere's wrestling.
I mean, hey, it's an undeniable fact now, John. It really is. So all right, so neither one of us are really giving the Lil Uzi Vert much play. Totally fine. I do like the first two songs. I do. The Boy announced that he's dropping a new one. How you feel about that?
I don't even know what we're gonna get.
Did you get the poetry book? I know you got the poetry book, right?
I did not. The reason why I say I don't know what we're gonna get is because when I saw the cover, like how he announced it, him laying with a dog in a fucking turtleneck sweater, like I don't know what I'm gonna get. Then he talking about some, they say they want the old Drake or something like that. We don't know what we're gonna get.
Now you Mr. Old Drake, girl, don't tempt me.
We don't know what we're gonna get.
True, it's very true.
But if he wants to
5 a.m. in Calabasas, we could get Marvin's Room. We don't. There's a lot of layers to Old Drake.
There is. So whenever Drake come out, man, it's almost like everything stops.
Are you more excited for the Drake album or the Travis Scott album?
The Drake album.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Travis Scott's cool, but I don't really listen to Travis Scott like that. I'm being honest, I really don't.
Because he came back and reminded niggas on that Metro Boomin album.
He did great.
Like Niagara Falls is still one of my favorite songs.
Hell, he even killed it on the song he did with Uzi. On the Uzi album. He killed it there too.
Speaking of Metro Boomin, John, that Across the Spider-Verse soundtrack, it's crazy.
I try to listen to it. I can't listen to it.
Really?
I don't like soundtrack albums. I just don't. The best one I heard was Boomerang, and that came out in 92?
Well, Bad Boys 2.
Oh. Okay, so Bad Boys 2. Yeah, Bad Boys 2.
Killer Season.
See, man, you do shit like this.
You gotta hate us the way we get in this paper.
Killer Season, the worst part about Killer Season was the movie. I'm just being honest. That was the worst part about Killer Season. But anyway,
you love that movie. You didn't like this Metro Boomin Across the Spider-Verse album?
I can't listen to it, man. Because they're talking about like some songs about things that's in the movie. Like they'll say Spider-Man, yeah. I just can't get it. I can't do soundtrack.
None of the songs are about things that are in the movie. They're just songs.
Yeah, but some of the artists reference Spider-Man in their songs.
Yeah.
And then when I hear that, I hit skip. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't hear about no Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Gwen. What's her name? Gwen Stacy. I don't want to hear anything about that.
King Hater, you guys. King Hater.
So what I do is, if I work out tomorrow, I'll put the album on and listen to it. Again, I'll try it again. So Metro Boomin though ain't missing.
I was pulling up the track list to give you tracks to listen to. The first song, Annihilate, with Wayne, Sway Lee, and Offset, is insane. Danger with Offset and JID. That, whew. Giving Up, Don Toliver, 21 Savage, and 2 Chainz. Come on, John.
That sounds like a fire lineup.
Come on, John. Trying to think what was the other ones that I really pulled off here. All the Way Live with Future and Uzi is fire. Nonviolent Communication with James Blake, ASAP, and 21. That's a good one. This album's fire, John. This album's fire. Metro Boomin can't miss no more.
Well, I was going to ask you about that. You listen to the Young Thug album?
No, I can't. I I just don't. I hate everything he does.
Okay, so they came out with 2 albums. They came out with the full album, and then Metro Boomin came out with the Metro Boomin version. Just pick one of those 2 and listen to the Young Thug album, bro. Here's the thing. On the Young Thug album, he's not even using auto-tune. He's rapping in his normal voice. Shit is great. I've been listening to that the past 2 weeks. You listen to the Gunna album?
I listened to 3 or 4 tracks off of it, then I had to cut it off because I don't, not a Gunna fan.
All right, so I'm gonna do like, I'm gonna give you my buff rating. So the Gunna album, I give a 4. The Young Thug album, because Metro Boomin is mostly on it, I'm gonna give it a 3.75. Both of those albums are good.
I will try out the Business is Business Metro's version. I'll try that one out.
Listen to the Metro's version. Yeah, do that one. Yeah, pause.
I would try that one.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I got you.
The both tracks with Drake on there are fire, and that Future song is fire, like on that Young Thug album. But you'll see.
So my homework is to listen to the Thug. Your homework is to listen to the Across the Spider-Verse soundtrack.
Correct. I'll do that.
And then we will reconvene on both of those a little bit later this summer. By the time we reconvene on those, Dame Lillard will probably be on the Miami Heat or the New York Knicks.
Or the Lakers.
John, he's not going to the Lakers.
Hey, you got to admit, Lakers had a great offseason.
It was good.
Great. It's great.
I forget who it was. I think it was Tim Legler said, like, y'all got to stop overreacting. Y'all didn't do anything that's going to keep you from getting swept by the Nuggets again. I was like, damn.
What?
That's what Leg said.
All right, I'm going to tweet out of him when we get down here.
Oh, man. No. How do you feel about Dame requesting the trade? Do you think he should have done this 5 years ago?
Yeah, it's 5 years overdue. But if you ask me, I don't think he'll be in Miami. I can see Spurs, because Spurs have hella draft picks.
They do.
So I can see Spurs.
So the Thunder.
I can see Thunder. He's not going to the Heat. Unless they can get a third team involved for a crazy package. I don't see him going to the Heat.
The Heat need to get a fourth team involved.
Yeah, they're going to get a couple teams involved to make this happen.
Because what they got besides Jimmy and Bam, and clearly Dame wants to play with Jimmy and Bam. The Portland's like, yeah, we don't want Tyler Hero. We good on that. Outside of that, it's a bunch of undrafted niggas on that team.
Yeah, it's true.
And they just lost, their point guard, Gabe Vincent, to the Lakers.
They lost Gabe Vincent. They lost.
Shout out to Gabe Vincent, going from undrafted to what's he getting, like $8 million a year?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Good for him, man.
Hey man, good for the Lakers, man. Shout out to the Lakers, man. Lakers in 6. So they lost Gabe Vincent.
You starting Gabe Vincent over D'Angelo Russell?
I would. I wouldn't hesitate. D'Lo is pissed.
You were so excited to get D'Lo back at the trade deadline. What happened?
Playoffs.
What happened?
Playoffs.
Your man just folded.
In the playoffs, yeah. And you know who didn't fold in the playoffs? Gabe Vincent.
That nigga showed up every night. Every night. But I do wonder about Gabe Vincent, though. Like, part of that Miami Heat thing is that they just all have this belief in themselves because of Jimmy, if I'm being honest. Jimmy's just like, we'll just be better. Get better. I got better. Be better. Like, now he goes into a situation with LeBron and AD, two of the most gifted athletes to ever be drafted. So they never have to just, like, decide to get better at something they were shitty at. Because even when LeBron got in the league, he wasn't a great shooter, but he wasn't a shitty shooter. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, like, that, I don't know if that same drive is there. Does LeBron work harder than everybody else? From what I've heard, yes. But it's mostly to keep himself in prime shape because he knows he's going to be playing deep into June most of the time. It's not to just, I got to get better at this one thing just so I can stay in the league. That's a different type of mindset.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I wonder with Gabe Vincent. Like, when you leave that mindset behind, like, does that affect your game at all?
Well, I'll to help your argument out. AD can play with LeBron. I don't think AD can play with Jimmy Butler.
Oh no, absolutely not. AD would be in the insane asylum.
LeBron is very passive aggressive, which is cool because he still gets his point across, but he does it a different way. I feel like Jimmy's in your face.
Yeah.
So I feel like Jimmy would have told AD like, "Yo, you didn't get this
stop being a bitch.
Figured out." Yeah.
It was like stop being a bitch.
Yeah. So I get what you're saying.
So like that, to me, that's gonna be an interesting thing to watch. Like this season, at the point guard position, like is Gabe Vincent still gonna be that same Gabe Vincent? Is Austin Reeves still gonna be that guy? Because now he got his money, and whoever tell you that money don't change you just ain't made enough yet. To quote 50 Cent. And of course, y'all still got D-Lo because God knows y'all can't trade him for shit.
He took a pay cut, I think, didn't he? He's not making as much as he was last year.
I mean,
I think he did.
That just means he just wants to stay in LA. That's all that means.
All that means is, at the end of the day, the Lakers still have a better team than the Pistons. So you can say whatever you want.
I'm not even talking about the Pistons right now.
I'm just saying, because you're talking shit.
04 still hurt, don't it?
All right, can we keep going? Can we keep going?
Hey man, you brought it up. So KD has another super team.
Does he? It's just him and Booker right now.
What about Beal? You forget about Beal?
Oh fuck, they did get Beal.
They traded CP3 for Beal.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah. Beal, Booker, Durant, and Ayton. If Ayton decides he wants to play basketball.
That means Booker probably gonna be point guard. No,
I was gonna ask you that question as my basketball expert. Who the fuck is the point guard on this team?
Booker will be point guard. Unless they bring in somebody like Rondo or something, Booker is gonna be the point guard.
I think they need to bring in somebody like Rondo or something. They need somebody who's just legitimately not a shooter.
Nigga, they could bring me and you in on that team. They will still make the finals probably.
Yeah. I don't know. They still got to beat Denver.
There's no way you think that Phoenix team is not as good as Denver.
All right, so here's the thing. How good is Bradley Beal on defense?
I've never even seen Bradley Beal play. I mean, I've seen his highlights, but
I'm going to help you out.
I've never seen him play.
Not good at all.
He's great offensively, though. He led the league in scoring like 2 years ago.
Yeah, but he's a volume shooter, too. That's the problem. That's part of the problem I see with this team. He's a volume shooter on a team that has Kevin Durant. He's not getting the volume. How good is Devin Booker at defense?
I mean,
he's passable.
Yeah, I mean, you can put him out there like he's not a liability, but he's just like he's not.
Step above liability. All right,
correct.
We know KD's elite defensively, just because of his length and his intelligence.
Correct.
And then you got Ayton, who Joker ate that man up. So that's my point. Like, this team looks good on NBA 2K, but I'm like, how they gonna defend this Nuggets team?
Well, other teams got to defend them too. So it's gonna be like, can a team keep up with scoring? You know what I mean?
Right. No. Yeah. I agree. But like,
because if you need a bucket, all three of those guys can get you a bucket if you need it. Now, where I'm worried about is
one of Denver's calling cards was their defense too, because they got Michael Porter and all those guys, those 3-and-D wings who they make them do D like all the time.
Yo, come on, man! Don't try to continue your sentence like you didn't say that. The fuck?
They make them. All right, they make them. They make them do defense. Better. Because I was trying to say 3-and-D, and then you know what? All right. But again, so you think this team can really beat Denver in 7 games? Because I don't.
I think the biggest thing is going to be coaching, right? Because they got Mike Malone, and then the Phoenix got our old coach, Frank Vogel. Frank Vogel is not going to be able to coach those guys. He could barely coach LeBron and AD. So,
I mean, you can say that with every coach with LeBron. Like, they can barely coach LeBron.
Oh, Ty Lue did a good job.
Because people weren't sure that Eric Spoelstra was a good coach, and now look at him.
Hey, Spoelstra
first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh, Eric Spoelstra is easily the best coach in the league, and I think Ty Lue is second.
David Black came in there with like 5 European League championships, and they fired him in 20 games.
That is correct.
And guess what he's back doing? He's back over in Europe winning championships. Part of coaching LeBron is like, he's just difficult. He just seems difficult to coach.
That's why they got nigga from Saginaw to do it. They got nigga from Saginaw to do it.
That nigga, like, I don't care about none of your shit.
Yeah, exactly. I'm from Saginaw, nigga.
I've been shot in the head.
I've been shot in the head. Yep. I don't give a fuck what LeBron's talking about.
Ain't nothing you can do that scared me at all. You're right. You're 100% right. But in that Beal trade, sent CP3 to the Wizards, who immediately traded him to the Warriors. John.
That's right. That did happen. I forgot all about.
Let me ask you this question: at 20 points, at 20 minutes a game, is CP3 now the best backup point guard in the league?
You think he's gonna be a backup?
What the fuck he gonna do? Start over Wardell, Stephen Curry?
Why can't it be CP3, Steph, and Clay out there? Oh well, you got Wiggins too.
Exactly. You need somebody to play defense besides Clay.
I don't think the Warriors are gonna keep CP3, man. I don't know. I don't see it working out. Because did you see that interview Draymond did where he said that he hates CP3?
No, I didn't. But
Draymond, I think Draymond said on his podcast, he said he can't stand CP3. And now
a lot of people say that. But like, I've heard that like Steph hates CP3 too, and they say Steph Curry is the nicest guy in the NBA, bar none. Yep. So that says a lot. Like, if he's the nicest guy in the world and he hates you, it's a problem.
It's gonna be
like, I mean, if they can make it work, like CP3 coming out there with them twos, like, don't get me wrong, I feel sorry for everybody on that second unit, Looney and all of them guys, because they gonna really hate CP3, but at the end of it, they're gonna be better. They're gonna be better.
I guess it will help too, because CP3 is, you don't have to worry about anything with him, like with the ball in his hand. So like when Steph gets tired, or hell, you can even run, if Clay gets tired, you can run CP3, Steph runs the 2, and have Wiggins in the game. Like, you can interchange any of that. So I guess it could work.
You could run a whole new offense with CP3 is out there, because he don't do that motion shit that Golden State does.
No, he don't. He don't do that. Yeah, that's true.
Traditional pick and roll game. Pick and roll, pick and roll, pick and roll. Imagine how much that would fuck teams up, to have to completely switch up your defensive philosophy when Chris Paul gets in the game. I think if like CP3 and Draymond and Steph can sit down, go to dinner at some fancy ass steakhouse or something, and just hash it out, I think that could work to keep this Warriors thing afloat. Because like,
they're not better than the Lakers right now.
Fuck the Lakers. God, like, why you bring everything back to the Lakers?
Because it's in the Western Conference.
Winning time season 2 ain't even out yet. Why are we still worrying about the Lakers?
Oh man, because we're talking about the Western Conference, are we not?
Yeah, so you should. So truthfully, everything should go through Denver right now.
No, nobody.
Everything should go through Denver.
Nobody,
because they just won the ring.
Nobody is talking about Denver. Nobody.
So I haven't heard honestly, we should be like, Denver. We should be like, you know what? They're not better than Sacramento. If we want to be honest, that's what we should really be saying.
You know what? I hear more about the Detroit Pistons, maybe because it's where I live, than I do the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, it's because
nobody's talking about Denver.
Yeah, because their MVP decided he wanted to go home and be with his horses. I don't blame him.
Yeah, get out of that thuggery. Yeah, I don't blame him. Go be with your horses, man.
Yeah, you can get out of that thuggery. He going over to Eastern Europe. they thuggery is on a whole different level over there.
It is. No, yeah, it is. That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
I think now you talking about matchups and different offenses. You know, I think it could work, but they're gonna need to get bigger. Like pause, as in like that's crazy. I can't believe
that's good form from you. Good God.
They need to get more they need more 6'7" and plus dudes on that team.
You getting ready to say they need more size? That's exactly what you was getting ready to say.
Yeah, but no, I ain't gonna say that. I decided not to say that. 6'7", 6'8", and up. That's what they need.
I agree.
Because they're a short team right now.
Yeah. But the other side of that trade, the Warriors sent Jordan Poole to what is the equivalent of the Night's Watch.
He's in Washington, right?
Yeah, the Night's Watch of the NBA, the Washington Wizards. It's him, and it's him.
Well, it could be all him now, so he can do whatever he want. He ain't got to worry about nobody punching him in his face.
I tell you what, man. You know how they say Jordan Poole to start playing crazy in front of bad bitches?
Yeah.
A lot of bad bitches in D.C., John.
Well, you're going to have a lot. Well, I'm glad you told me that, so now I'm about to put my money on him during the season.
Oh, yeah. Anytime you see a Jordan Poole, prop, take the over. Take the over.
I think Kuz was still out there, right?
Oh, yeah. Kuz is out there, and they just re-signed him, too. Shout out to Kuz.
Yeah.
One last thing. Right there. Yep. Before we get out of here, John.
Okay.
How do you feel about Derrick Rose going to finish his basketball career where it started in the city of Memphis? Because in the words of the great...
Wait, hold on. I thought his career started in Chicago.
Well, his career...
Oh, Memphis.
When he started getting paid to play basketball in Memphis when he was in college. Because let's keep it real.
You think he was getting paid?
John Calipari was the coach of that team. Yes, I think he was getting paid.
All right. Okay. So that's what's crazy, right? Is
John Moran is there, so we can call his team Guns N' Roses.
Oh my God.
Life is all about Guns N' Roses.
Did I see that gif of when because Marcus Smart got traded there too, right? Did you ever see that gif where people were like the one where Michael Jackson told the dude put the gun down as he's singing? Like he got his.
And that's
gonna be Marcus Smart with John Morant. Yeah, telling him to put the gun down. No, that's crazy.
Funny.
Derrick Rose will get some run, maybe like 10, 15 minutes, but I think Derrick Rose. We'll never get the old Derrick Rose back, man. That dude was special. When he's in Chicago, that dude was special.
He had bounce.
He had bounce. He could score. Dude was nuts.
He probably had the second fastest first step I've ever seen.
Correct. Who's the
second?
First?
Probably only to Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade? Okay. Oh, that's true. I give you that.
Yeah. No, I like it because, it puts an adult in the room, which is something that team sorely needed. It'd be nice if Derrick Rose takes John Morant to the side and actually takes him to Chicago, say, hey, you not like these niggas. Stop trying to be like these niggas. Now let's go win some games.
I think it's smart for them too because Ja's out 20 games.
Yeah.
So now they have a point guard, Marcus Smart, and they have a backup point guard in Derrick Rose. Yeah,
get those guys some real good minutes before Ja comes back.
Yeah.
So that way you know they're dependable. When they need to be called upon. I agree. Yeah, I'm interested in that. I'm
not worried about Memphis.
I love the NBA offseason. It's so much fun.
I'm not worried about the Memphis Grizzlies though. Lakers gonna finish top 4.
John. When you're talking about the West, we have to talk about Denver first. Then you can talk about your Lakers.
I said I'm not worried about.
We have to talk about everybody and how they relate to Denver. Then you can talk about how they relate to the Lakers.
How they relate to Denver. Denver didn't even make no offseason moves except losing. They lost
Bruce Brown.
They lost Bruce Brown, who was a big scorer for them.
Yeah, he was a big contributor, so they got to fill that hole. Pause.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Y'all can find me Bilbo Swaggins on Twitter. Are we done?
Pretty much.
You've been off the Are you smoking right now? Drinking?
Am I smoking? No, no.
Yeah, you talking crazy today. So you guys can find me, Bilbo Swaggins, how you spell that? SWAGGANZ. I haven't done this in a while. SWAGGANZ, Bilbo Swaggins. That's on Twitter. Now, I'm losing my voice too.
Are you gonna get back on IG this summer?
No, I'm not. No, especially not during the summer with your ass.
So it means I have to keep copying links and send them to you?
All right, man. Plug your socials, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys are looking for me on these socials, ADUB1220. That's on IG, on Twitter. We outside. Don't forget, every Friday, new episodes of Let Me Book Your Territory, the greatest wrestling podcast of all time. And guys, we're going to take a quick break. And then it's me and Ace Da Prez doing an interview about his new project, The Lazarus Project. John, till next time, my brother.
We'll see you. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, you guys know the vibes by now. It's the Embrace the Turn Up podcast. It's your boy A-Dub. We are continuing on our journey in Black Music Month by interviewing one of the homies from way back. The homie Ace is in the building. Ace, say what's up to the people.
What's going on, man? You already know it's your boy Ace Da Prez, 216 Cleveland. Where y'all at?
There it is. It's been a long time coming, man. New project is out now. How you feeling about it?
Man, I couldn't be more blessed, bro. Like it was the way everything came together. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that asks, man, I let them know they was getting pot roast, not fried chicken, man. You know what I'm saying? It was that crock pot flow. You know what I'm saying? The shit came together the way it did. It was amazing.
For sure. Like, it's funny. Like the moment we decided to do this interview, I said, you know what? I'm gonna sit on it. I'm not gonna listen to the day of, so everything is fresh in my mind. So I literally didn't listen until this morning. I gotta say, this is a hell of an album, my guy.
I appreciate that, man.
So let me ask you this, getting straight into it. So, what kind of spurred this project on, and then what made you call it the Lazarus Effect? Go ahead, tell me that story real quick.
So, really, man, the motivation behind everything was, my guy Suso dropped the Progression, and I told him when he dropped that Progression album, like, bro, like you sparked something in me to get back to it, and he had been kind of bugging me a little, like nudging me over the years, you know what I'm saying, to kind of get back to it. But I think his album, especially the vulnerability within that project, it kind of motivated me to do the same thing, because that's something. It's just not even on some music shit, man. Just as black men, we struggle with vulnerability. So, 100%, for us as artists, you know what I'm saying, like our safest spaces in our music. So, for me, I was like that. I knew that was a sign for me to get back to it and get going and just kind of let everything out in the music, man. As far as the name of the project,
you definitely hear like the vulnerability.
Yeah, for sure. So, as far as the name of the project goes, man, me being a spiritual person and whatnot, like, anybody that's familiar with the Bible and the Word of God, man, they should be familiar with the story of Lazarus and, the dying and then the coming back to life, being brought back to life. So I feel like where I am in my life at the moment, I kind of went through a transition, like a rebirth. My old self had to die. All of the old things I was about, the old mindset, everything old had to die for me to be reborn as to kind of the man that I am right now and the direction that I'm headed.
Not mad at that. I never put that much thought in any of the projects back when I was still spitting. So kudos to you on that one.
Yeah.
My album names was just whatever I was thinking at the time, and then we just kind of rolled with it.
Yeah, well, you know how that shit was back in the day, man.
Man, we was just moving fast, and like we got to get stuff out, and what sound cool right now. We got to get it out. Right. We got to get it out. So, like with the album, with everything you just said, is that what kind of led you to decide you didn't want like any features or nothing? You want to hit up Suso or nobody? You just want to just be all you?
I knew out the gate, like, if I was reintroducing people back to me, they only needed to hear me.
Okay.
Like,
No, yeah,
I,
that checks out.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna have any features for the next couple projects. Like, just because I got so much shit to talk about, I got so much shit on my
Right.
chest. Like, I don't even got room for another nigga to be on a song with me right now. Like, and that ain't
No,
even no
I
disrespect to
feel it.
nobody. Like, that's just what it is. Like, I, nigga, before me and you hopped on this, I was writing something, and I'm just letting niggas know right now. Like, the Lazarus Effect was humble. Like, that
Oh,
shit was humble. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm about. You know what I'm
oh,
saying? Like,
100%.
you know how I be coming. So, you know, the Lazarus Effect probably was, you probably turned that shit on. It was like, he's spitting, but he ain't on this bully shit, on this dog shit. Like, now I'm back on it. I had to get that humble shit out the way. So,
Yeah, yeah. This was not the Ace
yeah,
I was used to hearing from all these years, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
this is different, but I kind of love it. So I was
yeah,
pleasantly surprised to say that much.
yeah, man. So, yeah, I'm
What do
just
you
letting you know.
go ahead?
Nah, go ahead, man. You good.
I was gonna say, what do you think your favorite track on this project is, or what was the one you had like the most fun like putting together with the producer in the studio?
Uh, shit. You know, Smiles asked me this the other day, man, and I had gave him a top three, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna follow the rules. I'm gonna stick to one song. I'm gonna say Self Reflection because it's a toss up between Self Reflection and In My Lifetime. Now that I have more time to think about it, just because of the meaning behind each of those songs. Like with Self Reflection, it's just a culmination of like the transition that's transpired with me over the last few years. And then especially with us, you know, with us leaving Cleveland and moving to Texas, it was like all of that. Like that song culminated that whole transition. In My Lifetime was like let me remind y'all motherfuckers, first of all, who I am, and secondly, where I've been, where I done came from. And that's kind of what In My Lifetime
No,
was.
yeah,
Like,
I love it. My lifetime. Yeah, I
yeah,
love that one.
that's a little bit of that. I
That one
gave
rings
niggas
true. I was like,
a little taste of the, yeah. Hey, that y'all got a little taste of the old Ace on that one, cause I was just, yeah, I was letting some shit go on that one.
so let me ask
So
you
yeah.
this: moving down to Texas, do you foresee any of like that influence making it into like some of your future projects? Because I think this one's gonna stand alone by itself as like its own special thing. But as you said, you got new projects coming up. Do you think some of that
Mhm.
Texas influence is gonna kind of seep in a little bit?
Man, I ain't influenced by nobody but God, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? As far as, no, I don't give a damn if I move to the moon. Like, I am who I am as an artist, and that's not
Right.
saying anything against evolution. Because I mean, you can listen to the music and peep the evolution. But I'm just saying, like, as far as my values and what I hold true to, like the type of style that I run with, like that's no matter where I'm at, that's not gonna change. But speaking of being in Texas, like if you know anybody from Cleveland, anybody from Northeast Ohio area, for a long time, niggas thought chopped and screw music came from Cleveland because we bumped it so much. So like we always had a connection to Texas anyway, through
True,
music.
true. That's kind of
So
why I was asking because like
yeah,
had I not been to Texas as a kid, I would have thought it came from Cleveland too. When I got to BG, I was like, man,
right.
y'all bump chopped and screw music like y'all from Texas, and like I saw the influence there, so I was wondering like with you being down there, like being like in that element even more, like even the
Mhm.
birthplace of it, would that like that musical influence kind of hit you a little bit? But you said nobody but
Yeah,
God,
nah,
so I feel that.
it's it's always been there in some capacity, but you know, like I put it on. I had a little screw on the album. It's a couple of songs where I bring that shit in. So yeah, it's there.
I
But
think it was
I say it
I think it
ain't.
was like on Grateful. I think it was,
Right My
or it might have been.
Wrongs at the end of that
Okay, that's
song, and
what.
then at the end of 12 a.m. in Texas, uh, I went with it there too. At the end of 12 a.m. in Texas, kind of like you know the song finishing off, I slowed it down, had them screw it up, like nice little touch on it. So
Right, right. So with this project and with the other projects, kind of what's your process like? Do you reach out for beats first, or do you always have some in the tuck from producers you work with, and just kind of light a blunt, catch a vibe, or Is it just like it's time to go? So we gonna write and we gonna write and then we gonna match it up later.
Nah, it's a little bit of all of that. Minus the light and the blunt thing and going. Like I don't gotta do all that to create music. For me, man, it's a combination of having beats from producers I already worked with, and also just kind of shit people reaching out to me with beats. But I honestly, for real, and this ain't no shade to no other artist. Like I don't even fucking need a beat to write. Like
Okay.
I'll write some shit and then I'll find a beat later. Like but my process works either way. As far as the
Yeah,
creative
no,
part of it.
that's actually how Hove did Reasonable Doubt, which is like very interesting. I couldn't do that. Like, I might be able like to think of a punchline here and then tuck it away in the phone, and then like, oh, I can pull that out later.
You
But
still there?
no,
Without
that's
you
definitely
froze.
a talent, just to be able just to write and then just find a beat to match it later. So kudos to you for that. So let me ask you this: what's the next project looking like? What are we doing? Are we going hard back? Are we same type of Lazarus effect type thing, or are we going back to old Ace? What are we doing? Yeah, you back? You good?
Can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me?
I lost you for a second. But no, I was asking. So
Okay,
what's up next?
we good now?
What's the next project you thinking of?
So I'm actually I got two that I'm working on right now. Can you still hear me? Okay.
Yep. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Now I got two I'm working on right now. I got one that's gonna be like an EP. It's gonna be on some grown man shit, really on some grown and sexy type shit. So for all y'all out there, that want to be on them vibes, that's gonna be something for y'all. If I could give you, I guess a hint of what it's gonna look and maybe feel like. Think about like some Wale Jeremiah vibes type shit.
Okay.
I'm versatile, man, so I do anything. But the other project, the next main project is gonna be that old shit that you talk about. You ain't that you used to.
Woo. Can't wait.
It's gonna be that gritty shit. Yeah,
Can't wait. You got a timetable on the next two
yeah.
projects,
So,
or?
the EP, the grown shit probably gonna come in the fall, and then I might do top of 2024 with the next one.
There it is. All right, well, you know what, fam? I'm gonna go ahead and let you get out of here. Give your shout outs to the people, let them know where they can find you, and just let the people know.
Yeah, man. First and foremost, I appreciate you, dog, for inviting me onto your podcast, man, and giving me the chance to promote my music and my art on your platform, dude. I really appreciate that because that mean a lot to me.
Absolutely, man. It's been
So,
a long time coming.
especially me being away from this shit for so long. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, yeah, man. So they can find me at Royal Rebel CLE on all social. Royal Rebel CLE. Follow me there, man. It's a link to the album on the page. Go listen to it, man. And my thing is this, dog. If you find anybody that listens to this album, anybody that listens to this album from start to finish, and they don't feel nothing off a single song, then you tell them to hit me up directly, cause they must be dead inside. Like, gotta be, bro. Like, cause this album, like, it's literally like you can't go through this album and not feel shit. Like that's why I made it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's for motherfuckers. It's some shit you can feel. It's timeless music, bro.
I love that.
So,
When we getting
yeah.
this Royal Rebel clothing line, man? When we getting that going?
When y'all getting
Yeah,
the relaunch, man. Stay
I
tuned
need
for
a
that.
hoodie.
Me and wifey working on some details. We working on some details. I'll send you some info where you can
All right,
still get
big
one
man.
right now.
Shoot that over to me.
So
I definitely need the
just
costume.
yeah,
But
I
all right,
got
my
you.
brother, I
I got you, bro.
appreciate you, and y'all know where y'all can find me, ADUB1220 on all the socials. Until next time, guys, we out.